Hey everybody, this is Crystal. So today I'm going to show you how to make this hat here. Very simple, but sometimes simple is better. Very easy to do. It would be great for a beginner. Now it is a lot of basic double crochet. There is one stitch here though. There's double crochet, single crochet, and the 2 rows of ribbing are back post single crochet stitches. Now if you've never done them, I'll show you how to do it in this video. They're not hard at all. They're not hard at all. This is made with a lighter weight yarn, and it should fit approximately 21 to 21.5 inch head. If you want to make it larger, I would add one more row of increases at the top. And also, if you don't like the length of it on me in my picture, I like mine, it's about 7.5, I think, to 8 inches. I like mine longer. You can leave a row off if you choose. I think on this pattern, I really like the yarn. Like I did mention, it was a lightweight yarn. I think another yarn that would be really good for this would be the regular mandala. I think that would work well also. But anyways, let's go ahead and get started on this. Alright, for this project, I am using this yarn here. Came in Hank, so I put it in a ball. I got this from my good friend Gary over at Urban Yarns. I suggest you check him out. He's got an awesome channel. I'll put a link below in the description box. Thank you very much, Gary. You know my colors well. So this is West Coast color. I don't know much about it. I've never used it before. But it's 100% wool. And it is a lightweight, I consider it a lightweight number 3 yarn. So, but any lightweight 3 yarn will work. We'll just say that, because I've never used this yarn before, and I don't know much about it. And then I'm going to be using a size H, which is a 5mm crochet hook. So, we're going to take this yarn, and we are going to start by putting a slip knot on our hook. And we're going to work a chain of 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we will slip stitch into the first stitch to form a ring. If you prefer to use the magic circle, that is fine. Now I'm going to do a chain 1. Now that chain 1 does not count as a stitch. It doesn't count as anything. So we're going to yarn over, and we're going to be working through the center of the ring here, and we're going to work 12 double crochets. So yarn over and go through the center of that ring, draw up a loop, and then you do your double crochet. So that's 1. We want to do a total of 12 through the center of the ring. Here's 2. 3, 4. Okay, so I've come to the end of row 1 and I have 12 double crochets. Now you can pull your tail and that'll close up that center circle a little bit more, and later on we can close it up with a yarn needle. Sew it up the rest of the way. So we're going to end round 1 by slip stitching into our first double crochet. Not the chain 1 we did, but the first double crochet. And like I said, we'll have 12 stitches now. Here we go. Now we're going to start round 2 by chaining 1. Doesn't count as a stitch, doesn't count as anything. And we're going to be working right back here where we just slip stitched into, and we're going to work 2 double crochets into that spot that we just slip stitched into. So 2 doubles. So there's 1 and there is 2. And now I'm going to work around for round 2, and I'm going to work 2 double crochets in every single stitch until I get back to my starting point. You see I'm putting 2 doubles in every stitch. Just like that. Now I'm going to continue that pattern until I get back to the beginning. Okay, I've made it to the end of round 2, and you should have a total of 24 stitches. And let's go ahead and end round 2 by slip stitching into our first double crochet. And then we're going to start round 3. We're going to start by chaining 1, which does not count as a stitch. We're going to put a double crochet right here in this spot where we just slip stitched, just 1 double. And then in the next stitch, we're going to put 2 double crochets into the same stitch. Like that. And now we're going to kind of repeat that pattern all the way around. So we'll put 1 double into the next stitch, and then 2 doubles into the next. One double into the next, and then 2 doubles into the next. And we're going to repeat this pattern all the way around for round 3. 1 double, and then 2 doubles until we get back to our starting point. Alright, I've come to the end of round 3. Now your last stitch should have had 2 double crochets in it, and we're going to end round 3 by slip stitching into our first double crochet, and you should have a total of 36 stitches now. So we'll start round 4 by chaining 1. Doesn't count as a stitch. We're going to go right back here into the same stitch that we just slip stitched into, and we're going to work a 1 double crochet. And then we're going to go to the next stitch, and we're going to work 1 double crochet. And then we're going to go to the next stitch, and we're going to work 2 double crochets into that same stitch. And that'll be the repeat now for round 4. 1 double crochet into each of the next 2 stitches. So 1 double into the next, 1 double into the next, and then 2 doubles into the next stitch. Okay, we're going to repeat that again. 1 double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. So there's 1 double, 1 double, and in the next stitch we're going to put 2 double crochets into the same stitch. Now we're going to repeat this pattern of 1 double, 1 double, 2 doubles, 1 double, 1 double, 2 doubles, all the way around until we get back to our starting point. Alright, I've come to the end of round 4. Again, you should have ended with 2 double crochets into your last stitch, and now you'll have a total of 48 stitches. So we're going to go ahead and end round 4 by slip stitching into our first double crochet, and then we will start round 5. Round 5, we're going to chain 1. We're going to go back into that same stitch and put 1 double crochet, and then we will put a double crochet into the next stitch, just 1. And then 1 double crochet into the next stitch, just 1. So counting that first double crochet there, we have 3 double crochets in a row, and now we're going to put 2 double crochets into the next, and that'll be the repeat now for round 5. 1 double crochet into the next 3 stitches. So there's 1, 2, 3, and then we will put 2 doubles into the next, and that's what we're going to repeat. 1 double into the next 3 stitches. So there's 1, 2, 3, and then 2 doubles into the next, and I'm going to repeat this pattern all the way around until I get back to my starting point. Alright, I made it to the end of round 5. You should have all still ended in 2 double crochets in your last stitch. 60 stitches total now. So let's go ahead and end round 5 again by slip stitching into our first double crochet, and then we'll start on round 6. We're going to go ahead and chain 1, and again we're going to double crochet right back into that very first stitch, and then we will do a double crochet into the next stitch, double crochet into the next stitch, double crochet into the next stitch. So counting that first double crochet, we now have 4 double crochets in a row, and then we'll put 2 double crochets into the next. So that'll be the repeat now for round 6. 1 double crochet in each of the next 4 stitches. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2 double crochets into the next. 1 double crochet, oh, I only put 1 in that one, I'm sorry. 1 double crochet in each of the next 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 doubles into the next. So we're going to repeat that pattern for round 6. 1 double in the next 4, and then 2 doubles into the next, all the way around until we make it back to our starting point. Alright, I have made it to the end of round 6. I ended in 2 double crochets, and now you should have a total of 72 stitches. So let's go ahead and end by slip stitching into our first double crochet. So that is the crown top part of our hat. I'm going to go ahead and give it a measure because some people asked me if I would do that, so they can determine how big they want their hat to be. So the crown on this one right here measures just about 6 3/4 of an inch. So okay, so now I'm going to start round 7. Round 7 is going to start the repeat rounds. So I'm going to chain 1, does not count as a stitch, and I'm going to go right back into this very first stitch and double crochet 1 time. And now what I'm going to do for round 7 is I'm going to work 1 double crochet into every stitch all the way around. No more increasing, no more 2 doubles in every stitch. It's just 1 double crochet in every stitch until I make it back to my starting point. Alright, I've made it to the end of round 7. 72 stitches is what you'll have. End by slip stitching into your first double crochet. 72 is a magic number. So for rounds 8 and 9, I'm going to repeat round 7. I'm going to be putting 1 double crochet in every stitch for rounds 8 and 9. So it's just the next 2 rounds are just a repeat of round 7. So I just chain 1 and I go back in that same stitch and double crochet. I'm on round 8 right now, and double crochet once in every stitch. And then when I get back to the beginning, 72 stitches still. I'll end by slip stitching into my first double crochet. I'll chain 1 and start round 9 by repeating it again. So I'm going to go ahead and finish out round 8 and 9, which is just a repeat of round 7. And when I'm finished with round 9, I will meet back up with you and we will continue on. Alright, I've made it to the end of round 9. 72 stitches still. So now I'm going to start round 10. I am going to chain 1. Now I'm going to go back into that same stitch and I'm going to single crochet into that stitch. And now I'm going to work 1 single crochet in every stitch across, all the way around, back to my starting point. So it's pretty much the same, but instead of double, we're doing singles this time. 1 single crochet, we're on round 10, in every stitch until I get back to my starting point. Alright, I've made it to the end of round 10. 72 stitches still. Now we're going to go ahead and end by slip stitching into our first single crochet. Now we're going to start round 11. We are going to be doing a back post single crochets. So we're going to start off by chaining 1. Now we're going to go in a first stitch right here, and we're going to do a back post single crochet. So we're going to go around the post of the stitch from the behind like that and back around, and then I'm going to just do a regular single crochet like that. And I'm going to do that with every stitch. So I'm going to go to the next one. Instead of working into the top of it, I'm working into the post, around the post of it, from the behind. So I go from the behind and back around. So the post of that single crochet is on the back of my hook, and then I single crochet. Okay, I'm going to go to the next one. You can see the post right here. I'm going to go take my hook from behind, go around the post like that. Now the post is on the back of my hook, and I'm going to single crochet. And this is what I'm going to do all the way around for round 10 or round 11. Single crochet, but in the around the post of the stitch, not in the top of it. Go to the next one. Take your hook from behind your work, pull it through, and then back out the other side, and then just do a single crochet. I'll show you again. Here's the next one. Take your hook from behind and pull it through, and then back behind again, and that post is on the back of your hook. Just do a regular, then just do a regular single crochet after that. Again. It's actually pretty easy. Once you get the hang of it, it's a little tricky at first, the back posts are, but as you can see, it's making a little bit of a textured ridge on the front. So we're going to continue that pattern all the way around until we get back to our starting point. All right, I've made it to the end of round 11. I just finished with a back post single crochet, and I'm going to end by slip stitching into my first back post single crochet. So it's not this side part right here. If you flip your work over, you'll see there is your chain one and there is the top of the stitch. So go ahead and slip stitch into that, and you should have 72 stitches. Now what I'm going to do is start my repeat over from round 7. So for round 12, I'm going to repeat round 7. I'm going to chain 1 and double crochet back in the same stitch. Now remember, when you are on this round, we're not going into that side there. We go into the top of the stitches just like normal. And I'm going to work 1 double crochet in every stitch around. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to repeat rounds 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 until I get my hat the length that I want it to be. Now I'm going to put some timestamps below in the comment section. If you look, it'll be the very first comment you see. You click on those timestamps and it'll take you to row 7, and it'll take you to the repeat rows or what you need to do, so you don't have to fiddle around. But it is a very easy repeat. 7, 8, and 9 are all double crochet rows. 10 was a single crochet row, and 11 was the back post single crochet row. But I'm going to repeat those rows, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and I'll let you know here in just a second how many total rows I do. All right, I have done a total of 18 rounds on mine. So that left me with not a complete set of repeats. So I did the single crochet, and then the back post single crochet, and then I did 2 rows of double crochets after that. That left me 18 rows total, starting from the beginning, and I'm going to call it quits. If you want yours longer, by all means, you can continue the repeat if you would like. My hat measures. If you want yours shorter too, you can leave a row off. I do like my hats a little bit on the longer side, but this one is about 8 inches. That's it. Tie that off, hide that tail, and you'll be finished. That's all there is to it. I hope you enjoyed my tutorial. Nice easy hat made with a 3-weight yarn. A lot of people ask me to make a hat with that size of yarn, so thought something simple would be nice. So I hope you enjoyed my tutorial. Please don't forget to check out all my other ones. I do have hundreds, beyond hundreds of tutorials, free crochet tutorials on my channel, all of which most are relatively easy, as long as you know the basic stitches. Anything you can think of as that you could want to make, I probably have it. Check it out. Don't forget to subscribe. Like this video. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. Also, there's a link below to that in the description box. And on Facebook. Show me all your crochet work. That's it. And until next time, have a good day.